Tips? Sure, I guess. Basically, like, you don't want to just mash as fast as possible, right? Like, mashing as fast as possible does not give you consistent BLJs, and no pro runner does it like that. What you want to do is mash with a specific rhythm, which is known, right? And there's like metronomes where you can listen to them and they give you the rhythm. One of them is 146 and then 148, and you basically just have to like press A on those frames, right? Most people already know that part, right? But the part that people don't like think is as important, but it's actually really important, is where you're landing on the stairs, right? If you land on the stairs like in the middle, it's a lot less likely you'll get BLJs first try. But if you land like here where Mario is, wait before your first jump so Mario like slides up and then start mashing, your chances of getting BLJ like goes up drastically. So you'll notice that everyone kind of lands before the stair and then starts mashing once Mario flips up onto the first stair. And that's like really important, because what you want to do with BLJs is reduce as many variables as possible, right? So when you exit the wooden door here, you want to like always do the same movement every time, right? And if you theoretically, if you do that perfectly every time, you should be able to get BLJs every time. Once you clip onto the first stair, it becomes a matter of mashing on the correct frames, right? Because, you know, 146 and 148 is like really good, but it means nothing if you don't get the initial clip correctly. You know, if you're landing like in the middle and then trying 146, like you won't have the same consistency as if you land before the first stair and then slide onto the first one. That's because like there are some positions on the stair where it is literally impossible for Mario to clip into. So Mario can't start the BLJ. And so by sliding onto the first stair, we always guarantee, or you know, it's a lot more likely that Mario's gonna have a position where he's going to clip at least the first stair. And then after he clips the first stair, it's a matter of the mash. You did watch the 1 hour? Yeah, the 1 hour BLJ video is really useful and very helpful. And, you know, it's also just interesting because you always see this trick in like Mario runs, and it always seems like magic on how people get it consistently. But then once you realize like all the things that people are thinking about when they're doing it, and like all the things you could be like thinking about as well, because it's like inconsistency due to lack of knowledge sort of thing, you can become pretty consistent at BLJs. Like you might not clip first time every time, but you'll probably get BLJs like at least most of the time. Like BLJs in general, at least most of the time. Everything also applies to the 70 star stair. Everyone just focuses on the 50 star stair because it is the harder of the two. I'm gonna show you guys this practice ROM. It's basically it's Mario 64, but only BLJs. And there's a frame counter, or there's like the frames that you have to press A on the bottom, right? I realized that sometimes you'll press A on the correct frames, but you don't clip through. Like you don't get the BLJ. And that's just because of like bad positioning. Whenever you see 147, it's basically I just got lucky that I actually got the BLJ off. Because 147 is one of the ones that work, but they don't work 100% of the time. This ROM looks a lot more useful than it actually is, to be honest. I like almost never use it.